Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Abrisi back here with Week 14 NFL picks and predictions. Um, well, first of all, I did tell everybody that. First, let me get started with this. Um, last week, another week we had some entertaining games. A lot of games that came down to the wire, like Washington, all those games. You know. But what I promise everybody when I get started with, since it makes sense because of the first game this week, the Vikings and the Lions. I'm actually speechless. I don't know what to say. Um, the fact that we lost to a winless team like that on the road. If it was at home, I'd be more embarrassed. We almost lost somebody earlier in the year at home. Luckily, we beat them. But the fact that we lost to those clowns like that, the last play of the game, uh, the only words that could describe that is pain. It's one word. But, I don't know what to do. I'm glad it's a short turnaround. Look at it. Look at it this way. The Jaguars lost to the Bills this year. Or beat the Bills, I'm sorry. 9-6. What was it, week? I don't even know what week it was. I'm going to take a guess. What, week 9 maybe? Week 7? Don't even know. But, that was fixed. Then you have the Jets. They beat the Bengals. Another fixed game. And, the Lions, look, they hung around a lot of games. I'm not gonna sit here and point fingers at who did what. Cousins led us back in the game. The offense did well. But before I predict, games, I told everybody I was going to talk about this game for 5 minutes. If people wanted me to do a rant, I said no rant video. I had to my predictions. The reason why I did that the night of the rant, because I figured I had no school the next day. I had school, but I was out with the COVID. But I figured, that game pissed me off. And the other days pissed me off. The fact that we let Jared Goff go down the field in the last quarter, or last possession of the game under 2 minutes, and just tear our hearts out of our chests like that was, not gonna lie, pretty painful to watch. But like I said, I'm not gonna lie. The Vikings should have 8 or 9 wins right now. They blew 50,000 games. Never seen something like that in my life. Like I said, the Bengals, they should have beat week 1. That game right there. But, on paper, it's like, all right, the Bengals, they're playing better than us, so they deserved it. But week two against Arizona. We lost by a point with the Greg Joseph missing kicks, and he makes everything else. And the other day from the Lions, were the two painful games. I don't know what one hurts more. Maybe Arizona hurts more. The reason being is because we outplayed them that whole game, and they got lucky. You know what I mean? They got lucky at the end of the game. But the pain that I don't know what other Vikings fans really watch, but on my Instagram, my Vikings account, on my Vikings followers and all that, the pain that we suffer every week, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Like I said, they have a short turnaround, short week. It's go out and get the win this week. But my dad, he's a Lions fan. I had to hear from him a little bit. But I guess congratulations, that's their Super Bowl. But yeah. So it's not really a rant, like I said. It's just a little thing, right? A little talk about it, about the game. But this week, I have a special guest on here this week. Before I make the picks, it's nobody out of the nobody new. It's somebody new, but it's nobody like out of my family. But my dad wanted to come in on it, so he's gonna come in on it. He's gonna come into the camera right now. So he'll introduce himself to everybody. Here he is, right here.
What's up, everybody? Going to give us some winners this week.
Yeah, I don't mind the background. People been telling me about that. The little like net in the background. That's from we had nothing to do with it. Just I don't know. But here we go. So the reason why I didn't do a rant video, and I just decided to do it with the predictions. So we're gonna start with Steelers and Vikings because obviously the Thursday night game, and Minnesota is 3-point favorites at home. I'm gonna go first. I already told everybody the other day my score prediction on it. This team, I can't really figure out what's going to happen with them. It comes down to the fourth quarter every week, but the over-under is only, actually the over-unders aren't on here, usually they are. Over-under every week for this game was 43.5 I saw today. But it's kind of low. I know it's a Thursday night game like that, but I told everybody the other day I got to stick with it because the defense stinks. I'm going to say 31-23 Vikings because I think, Madison, guys like that will be able to run the ball well.
Over-under is 43.5.
Yeah, there you go. So, 43.5. So, I got 31-23. Now, you're up. Right.
Yeah, I think that the Vikings really need this game. I think Pittsburgh, I think Roethlisberger just looks slow. He's going to throw a lot to my man Deontay Johnson. I know that. I need him. But, and they got to also stop Najee Harris, the Vikings, which could be their Achilles. But it's going to hurt with Thielen out this week. Jefferson, the man, he's just a beast. So, you just have him, sprinkle some, Madison in there. I hope they don't rely too much on Madison, because they need to go to the tight end too because I think Pitt is vulnerable to the tight end as well. So just look for Vikings. I could see this game. I could see it being 24-20, right? Just right above that 3-point number. It's going to be a close game. I seem to think that the Vikings should have this lead the whole game, and then you might see a Pittsburgh touchdown towards the end and make it closer than what people think. So 24-20 is my pick.
And don't forget Osborne too. I think he's another one this week. But so hopefully it's start off a good weekend with a Vikings win. All right, then we got Ravens on the Sunday. Ravens Browns. Cleveland is 2.5 at home. You go first on this one because you talked about it with me.
Yeah. When I look in the games, I look at like point spreads, and Cleveland is pretty banged up. Mayfield hasn't been himself this year. They're even talking about, moving on from him at the end of the year. Baltimore is a 2.5-point underdog. So that game is like a Vegas trap to me. A lot of people are going to be, I look at the line on a game. I don't look at, teams and who should win. Look at the line. That line is begging people to take Baltimore. Because, Baltimore is a better team, even though they're pretty banged up as well. So I think Cleveland's going to win this game. Lamar he hasn't been himself. Every week it's the same thing. It's interceptions. It's turnovers. So I think a game like this, it's going to be low-scoring game. The over-under on this is 41.5. See, low-scoring game. And a game like this, something like 20-17 Cleveland.
All right, yeah. I mean, looking at that line right there, I'm gonna have to go Cleveland too because it just that line that's crazy. Baltimore really shot themselves in the foot last week with the Steelers going for 2. I would have just kicked it. I mean, with Tucker and he going to overtime, Ravens probably would have got ball first. Knowing this is how it is, and they could have won it then. But they, I'm over under. I'm just gonna say 24-21 Cleveland. That's I'll just do that. I mean, that's a tough game to choose because, like score wise, but like you said, watch the Browns win. So that's what we're gonna Browns it is. Next game, Jaguars, Titans. Tennessee is 9-point favorites. Titans should win this. The Jaguars are just, to me, they got lucky. Like I said, that one game against the Bills, they got lucky, and against the Dolphins, I mean, it's going to be their only 2 wins, I think, for the rest of the year. Titans will win this game. I think they're all banged up, too. I know they just got Julio back, right?
He's not the Julio of people think Julio 5 years
I'm
ago.
gonna say, I'm just gonna say 27-17. I think they can still put up points of Jags and stuff like that. So I don't know, 27-17 Titans.
Yeah, both teams are bad. Tennessee got a spark from the running back they signed off the practice squad. I believe he's a rookie. But they're just, Jacksonville's so bad. But I think this game is going to be closer than everybody thinks because I think Tennessee's going to have a tough time scoring points in this game. I think Jacksonville might surprise some people. They got to stick to the running back. They got to run the ball a lot in this game because they could do it and they don't have to rely so much on Lawrence's arm. But I could see this game being, Tennessee. I think Tennessee could get upset in this game, and I'm going to take Jacksonville 20-17.
Wow! All right, there you go. So
you got to pick upsets.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I can't take the favorites.
I know. Yeah, I do that all the time.
And Tennessee's just. I've been calling them a fraud ever since they lost Derrick Henry.
Yeah, if Henry was here,
I've been saying it.
Tennessee.
Fraud. So their record. I mean, they're going to get. Once the playoffs start and they get in, they're going to get blown out in the first game. I don't care who they play.
Okay.
A blowout, as Bill would say. Like that, Jaden?
All right, so next game we have Raiders Chiefs. Kansas City is 9.5. I mean, I'm no doubt I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win here. They're on fire now. What is it? They're 3-4 now. They're what 8-4? Is it? Yeah, 8-4. Kansas City are home. They should win. But you know what? They look like shit sometimes, though. What was it, 22-9 the other day? I mean, this game, Raiders look like shit, too. I'm going to say, this will be a one-possession game. I'm going to say 27-20 KC. It's because sometimes Mahomes plays like shit, but we'll see what happens, but Kansas City will win.
Yeah. I don't know what the temperature is going to be in this game. They got Hilaire back. I know the Raiders, they have Jacobs. He's playing because what's his name? Who do they have?
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Drake's out. So they're going to have to rely a lot on the run game. Waller, he's probably still out. They really don't have anybody to throw to. I want to say Kansas City, they own Oakland, and they're going to own them again.
Las Vegas.
Whatever. I still call them that. I'm old school. I think you're looking for a Chiefs like 38-17 win.
Okay.
I just don't see this game being close.
All right, we'll see. Yeah. I figure, sometimes, Mahomes, he puts up those stinkers and they still win.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Here's a game.
Time to get healthy again.
Here's a game, in my opinion, nobody really cares about. Saints at the Jets. New Orleans is 5. I mean, the Saints, they're due. They should win. They're due, and the Jets are that bad. I really don't know what to say here. I'm going to say 23-16 Saints. I really don't know. I know the Saints will win, but I don't know the score. That's my score prediction on that. But the Saints, they're due. They need to win. They haven't won since Halloween, so I think they finally break through this week and beat the Jets.
I just think the Saints D is good. They're due for a good game. You're going to see a lot of running in this game. Kamara, he should be back.
I guess.
I mean, as of now, I don't know, but I'm going to say he's back. He's been out long enough. Stop being such a pussy, Alvin. All right. Taysom Hill. They're going to run a lot with him. I want to say it's going to be, the Jets aren't going to put as many points. It's going to be 27-13 Saints.
All right. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Basically right around the same kind of. All right. Next game, Cowboys at Washington. Dallas is 4-point favorites. So, in my opinion, I'm not going to lie. I think the Washington football team is a little bit of frauds. They get lucky. I mean, the last two, they won 17-15 the past 2 weeks in a row. Same score. I mean, come on. I think they also win. I think they kind of need to win because you know what, the Birds, you know, they find ways to get back in the division, which I hate it. I can't stand it. Dallas, I think you know the problem is they got to get the running game going. Zeke hasn't done much. But I think Dallas will win. I think it's gonna be closer than what most people think. I'm gonna say, same way you say the Vikings person. I'm gonna say 24-20 Dallas.
Well, I'm going to go opposite. I'm taking Washington in this game because I think Washington has found something in recent weeks. They love the running game now. They love to run the ball. You know, like I said, it's going to be the weather. It should probably be in the 50s maybe in that game. But look for McLaren to have a big game against that vaunted Cowboys defense or lack of. Gibson, big game. I know I lost the tight end. He's done for the year. But Heineke's going to have a good game. Hey man, he's the kind of guy, is one of his last opportunities, he's making the most of it. And you want to pull for a guy like that. So, and Dallas, who wants to see Dallas win? I mean, really?
Well, I need it because Minnesota.
Right, it doesn't matter, but so anyway, I'm looking for Washington. Looking for like a 28-24 Washington winning this game.
All right, so 4-point.
Over under is 47.5, by the way.
Okay. All right.
So Washington being a 4-point underdog, I have them winning by 4.
We'll see. Next game, Falcons
That's
Panthers.
2 underdogs, kids, if you're keeping track.
Falcons Panthers. Carolina's 2.5. Man, I mean, like I always say, you know, Atlanta 1 week they'll put up a stinker, and next week they'll be the gods of the gods. You know what I mean? So I think the Panthers will win that at home. You know what I mean? I mean, it depends what Newton does. If he's running, you know, if he's staying in the pocket, it'll be different. They have no Hubbard. You know, he should be able to do decent against this Falcons.
Hubba.
So it's gonna be really tight, really tight. I'm gonna say, I think really tight, really low scoring. What's the over under is what 43.5.
A lot of low scoring games. It's predicted this week.
Yeah, this is weird. I'm gonna say. Oh my God! I'm gonna say 21-17 Panthers. I mean, there you go. Yeah.
It is a game where Cam needs to, show that he, wants another shot in Carolina next year. You got to beat Atlanta. I mean, you have Patterson for Atlanta, and like, what else do you have? Pitts.
Yeah, Ridley's sitting.
So
he's.
And the Panthers have a good. They have a good day. Fantasy wise, they get you points. I'm not sure how the real day is, but in fantasy they get points. But I could see, Atlanta, they'll put up some points, but this is the kind of game you're going to see, 26-20 Carolina win. That seems about right. That's that typical kind of Carolina-Atlanta game. Over-under is 43.5. The under is the favorite, minus 114. So a lot of people are betting heavy on the under. But I sort of like the over. So
we'll see.
26-20.
Next game, Seahawks at the Texans. Seattle 7.5. Over-under is 41.5. No doubt Seattle here. What week is it going to be, though? A Metcalf week or a Lockett week? Because every week it seems one guy's doing something and the other guy's doing nothing. But maybe this week they're going to both involve. You would think, against the stinking Texans.
Another low scoring, 41.5 see over-under.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what? You know what? This is bad. I'm going to say 24-6 because the Texans are that bad. They can't score. They cannot score. I'm going to say 24-6 Seattle.
Yeah, I'm saying 31-13 Seattle. If Russell Wilson can have a big game against this team, you know what, Russ? Hang it up, buddy. I mean, really, like all these Eagles fans, they all want Russell Wilson. They think he's like, going to save him or whatever. But, he's looking slow out there. He can't break away. It's just, they should have just kept him out longer because I don't think he's ready. But If there's any week to be ready, it's against this taxi squad of a team, Texans. I mean, we get a bunch of guys and probably beat them, to be honest with you, because they're bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
Bad.
I admitted it. I said that after the Vikings lost it. I said the Lions. If I'd rather join a fan base, I'd rather join the Lions or be on the team. I'd rather play for the Lions than the Texans. How bad Houston is, because at least who's starting Mills. Davis stinks. So Seattle it is. Next game, Lions at the Broncos. Denver is 8-point favorites. Yeah, this could be a game right here where the Lions keep it close, but like as the saying is, after an emotional win, now they got to go to
the Lions, baby.
They got to go to Denver. I don't know what the temp's going to be here. It might snow. Yeah, that's how Denver is. But Denver should win, bounce back after that horrible performance at KC.
Yeah, well, they weren't expected the KC.
Yeah, I know.
They owned Denver.
Yeah, I know. But I thought it's one more than 9 points. I'm going to say right here. A lot of games I'm going with the 20s this week. I don't know. But I'm going to say the Lions should keep it close, though. But I'm going to say 26-17 sounds reasonable for Denver. A 9-point win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Javonte Williams, my man in fantasy that I drafted because I knew that kid was something special. Hopefully he gets more carries, especially headed into the fantasy playoffs. Lions, it was, they're playing outdoors. They're playing in these frigid temperatures. If Goff couldn't score more than 16 points against Pittsburgh outdoors, well, Denver's defense is similar to Pittsburgh. Denver creates more turnovers. I see like 27-13 Denver.
There you go.
So Lions, I mean, they don't have it. They had a little heart last week, big division game. We played our Super Bowl. That was our Super Bowl. So now I think they got big nuts and everything like that because they beat Min, but they're going to go to Denver, and it's just going to be too much for them. So
couldn't happen against the Bears. That happened against us, but
that's right.
Hey, this week's about the Thursday night game, the battle of the team that tied with them and the team that lost them. How's that? All right, here before Giants Chargers. This will probably be his. This is definitely mine. Lock of the week. Chargers win. The Giants. No Danny Dimes probably and
Jake Fromm might be
Jake
quarterback.
Fromm.
If anybody remembers, he was on Buffalo.
Wow.
After another bum. Who was the other guy they had that threw the 7 interceptions?
Peterman.
Nathan Peterman, Jake Fromm, guys like
Yeah,
that.
now Buffalo's backup Trubisky.
So, yeah, well, Trubisky's not a bad backup.
Yeah.
So.
But, Chargers here. If Fromm's starting, I don't even think the Giants will score more than 10 points.
No Keenan Allen this week, most likely.
Yeah.
Because of the whole COVID thing, which doesn't really hurt me in fantasy, but.
Yeah, but he's probably saying, let me take the bye week anyway, my second one. Chargers, I think the Chargers smash them. I'm going to say, 38-7 is going to be a blowout. Giants, oh boy.
Well, I don't think that they're going to score. It's going to be 38-7. I think because Chargers they play down their competition a lot. They're one of those teams I call them the weird team. They're going to win the game, yeah. But they could probably maybe something weird like 28-9 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Just like they're happy with a win. They'll run the ball out with Eckler. They're not going to have their go-to slot guy Keenan Allen. Mike Williams. He's on and off every week. You don't know what he's going to do. This week in my league, I didn't. I just left him in. So let me see what happens against Cincinnati. I thought that was going to be a high-scoring game, so I left him in, and it worked out for me. But this week, I mean, who knows? So, but I think 28-9.
But lock of the week for you too, right?
Guarantee. Well, if you say that, I'm just going to say Seattle. So,
all right.
I'm not going to have the same lock. It doesn't make sense. This is Russell Wilson's week.
49ers at the Bengals. Cincinnati is 1. We don't know what Burrow's status is. You would think he'd play. Yeah, he's going to play, but we don't know how he's going to be. I personally think the Bengals will still win. I think Debo's still out, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, but
As of now, I mean, who knows if he practices Thursday and Friday? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what his.
I think the Bengals just came off that rough loss against the Chargers, so I think the Bengals right here should be a really good game. I mean, don't get me wrong, it should be a really good game. But I'm gonna say right here, it could be 31-24, and I mean that could be that type of game, 31-24 Bengals.
It was a little bit rough with Burrow against the Chargers at home last week. 49ers are they're playing pretty decent right now. Except for last week, that was a bad loss against Seattle, but they got to travel across, from West Coast to East Coast. And what time's that game?
4:25.
It's 4:25 games. That makes a difference. So if it was a 1 o'clock game. So I'm going to take the Niners in this game just because, once again, it's only a 1-point spread, so it's a toss-up. But the Niners have to win this game. He don't want to hear that, but that's why I'm taking the Niners. And Mixon, he had a big week last week, but did he get a little banged up too?
Yeah,
so
he should be all right.
But I'm just going to take the Niners just because I think. This game, it should be somewhere like 23-21 Niners, something close. It's one of those games, okay, the spread's a 1-point spread, but then the underdog will win by, 2. So
you're going with the two teams
that's
above
just how
us. The two teams above us, Washington
you can't take the
49ers
favorites
this week.
Take some advice when you see all these winners.
Kind of disappointing that we may not make the playoffs.
People are going to want me on the show more often. They're going to kick you out.
It's going to be disappointing if you don't make the playoffs this year because most 50,000 games we should have won.
Sucks.
He doesn't. All right, here's the game of the week. Bills at Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's 3-point favorites at home. Brady, at a big game like this, he ain't gonna lose. That's just how it is. He's home. So I think this is a game I really could see high scoring though. But sometimes, like you say, Buffalo, they find ways to not do anything. This could be, I'm gonna say like 35-31 Tampa Bay. Yeah, I think that's that type of game. I think back and forth, but it's Brady. He'll find a way to get his win at home. So there you go.
Yeah. Just the way Belichick, they took Diggs out of the game last night. It's crazy how he just takes the best guy out of the game. So I think Diggs, he should have a big bounce back this week. But I'm not going to bet against Brady because it's Brady. And I see it being, it'll be like 38-27.
Right.
It's going to be high. The over-under in this game is what?
Oh, yeah. Usually the over-unders are up over here, but...
52.5.
52.5. All right.
That's 65 points that I have.
Hey, it
could, but it very well could be 21-17. You just don't know. But I'm just calling for a high scoring game.
Yeah.
And Tampa, which is surprising. Tampa's only a 3-point favorite. So that kind of makes you think about that a little bit. They're at home. If that was at a neutral site, that's saying that game's an even up game. So with an offense on Tampa where they got the better tight end. They have the receivers, if you count, Diggs is better than Godwin and Evans, and then you have Sanders and Beasley, but then you have for Tampa, I'd rather have Tampa's weapons rather than Buffalo's weapons because Buffalo isn't going anywhere if they can't run the ball, and they really haven't run the ball. They haven't run the ball in 2-3 years. They need a running back over there bad. They really do because Singletary, he's light in the ass. He's just too little and he's more of a scat back kind of guy. And Moss, they don't even play him. They don't even play him. And then they have what's his name? That was on what's his name? They got the other back they have. He was on Minnesota.
What's his name?
Anyway.
Yeah. How many years ago was he on Minnesota? Whoever it is, I don't even know.
I forget who it is. Look it up. So anyway, but they you gotta have a running game, and the way Fournette's running, I mean, he's Ronald Jones got hurt, but Fournette just he carries that offense, and then you have they have 3 tight ends to throw to over there, too bad Antonio's out because that would be another weapon. So I just think Tampa is going to put up a big number in this game.
Okay, yeah, it should be, like I said, it should be the game of the day or game of the week. Next game, Sunday Night Football, Bears at Green Bay Packers. Rodgers off the bye. He's going to get the win. They're 12.5-point favorites. I think Dalton's starting. It doesn't really matter who is. The Bears are bad. And that's all I got to say. I think Green Bay wins this game. I think the Bears could, because Montgomery, he could run a little bit on him. I wouldn't be surprised if this final score is, to be honest with you, 34-17. You know what I mean? Bears with 17. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say 34-17 Green Bay.
Yeah, that's maybe 31-20. Because sometimes Chicago, throw a deep one to Mooney over the top or something like that, or late in the game, some drop back coverage or whatever, and they'll get like a cheap touchdown at the end to make it look closer than what it is. But yeah, definitely, Green Bay. Division game, it's not going to matter. When you're coming off a bye and you're this late in the season, you are healthy. So teams really, coming off a bye because Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be flat. Devontae Adams, he's going to have his day. He loves playing the Bears, Rodgers. Remember, he owns them.
He said that.
So that. So yeah. So Green Bay.
Okay.
And the over-runner is 44. And it depends on the weather too, because it could be snowing over there. So if it's snowing, you're gonna have a big dose of Aaron Jones, Dylan, and then hitting Devontae when they keep on keying on the run. So yeah.
Then on the Monday Night Football, Rams at Cardinals. Arizona's 2.5 at home. I think because home here, that's a big factor into it. I think Arizona gets the win. Something I think I'm not gonna lie. I think a little bit something is missing from the Rams, just a little bit. I don't know what it is. Maybe losing Robert Woods a little bit, could do it because I'm not a huge OBJ fan. I really don't see that being a replacement. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it on paper it is, but I don't. I'd take Robert Woods on Minnesota all day if they were both sitting out there. But Arizona's to win here. Kyler, hitting Hopkins and James Conner running all over the field. All you got to worry about, Donald and Ramsey. People say Von Miller, but he's old at this point. I mean, face it. But
no, he's not.
Dude, he's getting towards the end. He is. He is.
If he was on the Vikings,
Von
Miller, we're gonna win the
Super Bowl. He's getting towards the end. He's not. You know what I mean? So yeah, Arizona will win here. I'm gonna say this should be a good game. Though, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say 30. I'm gonna say 3-point win for him, 30-27. I think it's gonna be that type of game. I really do. Over under's 51.5. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna be a good Monday night game to end it. So there you go.
I was telling him earlier I like the Cardinals in the game. I just think you have a healthy Kyler, you have a healthy Hopkins. Chase Evans is coming back as well, so that's another dimension to their running game, their passing game. So they got healthy running backs, healthy receiver. Kirk, he'll do what he's got to do because when Hopkins has Ramsey on him, which is going to be all game, that's going to have Kirk maybe get some of his deep balls. So look for Kirk to score. So if anybody needs a fantasy receiver to pick up this week, a little sneaky play right there as a flex, pick up Kirk. See, I had a little fantasy flair into the predictions and everything too that everybody should appreciate, So, but I'm looking for Arizona to win. It should be I want to say 30-24. So
yeah, I
it'll
was
be
gonna say that, but I was
yeah.
like, eh.
But yeah, Arizona. I just think that even though I don't think they are as good as their record is, because if Green Bay had to play them again, Green Bay would beat them again. If Tampa had to play them, Tampa would beat them. Because Green to me, those teams are you can't. I just think Kyler Murray. I mean, you got to know how to stop him. I mean, he's going to run around, so you just have to spy on him, and then cover D Hop and let the other guys beat you. So
Yeah, no doubt.
so 30-24, Arizona wins. The Rams, Henderson last week, he didn't even get a snap. They said it was game script because he came in hurt. So when you have Sonny Michel having a big game like that, yeah, that's one thing. But they have to have he's not going to do it again, and they're going to have Henderson back in there. Cup, he's going to get his, but it's like every single week he's putting up these huge numbers, and it's like crazy because he hasn't been the healthiest guy the last couple of years. So, but he's doing it. Robert Woods, that hurt him, but they got Beckham. I like Woods a little better. And then, my guy, Van Jefferson, I've been talking about him forever. He knows I like Van Jefferson. So when that guy ever becomes a free agent, because the Rams aren't going to be able to afford him when that comes up, because next year will be his last year of his rookie contract. Whoever could sign him the year after is going to get, a money receiver. So I like Van Jefferson.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And the teams on the bye this week are Colts, Dolphins, Patriots, and Eagles. So, Patriots off that big win last night. Mac Jones, 19 yards passing. I mean, I don't know. But, since, you already said last night about the game, we said last night. I did this video today, Tuesday, because, I decided, tomorrow, I got a lot of stuff going on, so I figured I'll just post it tomorrow, do it tonight. So I'll post it tomorrow's obviously Wednesday. So, I just decided, people like the special guests on there. I'll try to get a couple more. It's week 14. We have 15, 16, 17, 18. So, I'll try to get,
if you guys want me on here again, you let him know.
Yeah,
too.
Hopefully,
And follow me at Chef Joe Sports Cards on here on my YouTube channel. I do packs and box break show my pickups from sports card shows and everything for all you card collectors out there.
Yeah, and let me know. I could do that too. If people want me to open stuff.
All one thing, Chef Joe Sports Cards.
Yep, and so that's it. Longer video than usual this week. It's gonna be basically up to 40 minutes. But obviously, it started off with basically 8 minutes of the Vikings. It wasn't bad. I just said some funny things. He might get laughs out of it. Like calling Jared Goff a clown. But we lost to a clown.
He was a clown.
But
he's my quarterback. Ugh.
There you go.
I don't want to admit it.
But hopefully, the week starts off good with a nice Vikings win. That's what I hope happens. I don't want to see no pain again. So there you go. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. Week 14 already. We're already basically halfway through December. Already can't believe it. Closer to baseball season. That's the good part.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
They'll get it done. The lockout. I think by New Year's. I hope. So. All right. I hope everyone enjoyed watching as always. And leave a like, subscribe, do whatever you want. Follow me on Instagram, Nick Alberici. And that's it. Let me know. People see me in school. They tell me, "Oh, good video, good predictions." Sit down, come up to me. I don't care. We can talk about it. And have a good week. Hope everyone enjoys the games. And as always, Skol Vikes.